Hi. One, two, three. Yo, it's your man Big Mark King from Queens, your network expert. Here with my man Big White. Yo, say your name, bro. Oh, I'm
What up, people? It's your boy White from the Bronx, aka I Slap You, aka Say It Again, y'all mean?
hell, and we are Borough Breds.
Bubble Breads
Yo,
B. Yo, we
yo,
got something crazy right now. We got a Boogie Down Extraordinaire coming out on Versus more.
yeah, extraordinaire. Yeah,
Fat
extraordinaire.
Joe's, yo,
This
Fat
is
Joe
this
is,
is actually a Bronx versus Queens, yo.
you goddamn right, yo. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, yo.
This is Bronx versus Queens,
Them niggas,
yo.
we gotta cover this shit then, yo.
Hell yeah. So now let them know what it is.
All right, so real quick then, since he's from Queens, you gotta go for him. And I gotta go for Fat Joe, yeah.
Well, we just found out tonight Fat Joe is going against Ja Rule. You know what I mean? And it's circling the web, and you know, Bro Breads had to be all over it. We try to be the first on versus we're the your versus commentators because we're the best commentators for versus. We'll tell you how it is, and everybody usually follows suit. So basically, we just all found out tonight. Joe going against Ja Rule, man. And
It's
White, how
coming
you
up
feel
pretty
about that?
soon. It's coming up pretty soon, man. I feel really. At first, I was like, man, how they gonna follow this up after doing Locks versus Dipset? But
Yeah,
then if you, and I talk to you real brief, if you look at their catalog, man, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, they got a heavy catalog, yo.
they do.
Regardless if Ja Rule's R&B type or whatever, but Fat Joe is swings it both ways as far as hip hop. He can do the thug shit, or mainly his shit is like pop. Like
Right,
lean back type shit and all that.
right.
So it's gonna be competitive, but I think Fat Joe's gonna take it in the end, though. Of course.
Now I don't know if he's gonna take it like that, but because I feel right now I know it's brand new, but I feel Ja Rule got more hits.
Get the no, don't do that.
Let's do it.
Fat Joe has been putting out hits from way before Ja Rule was even signed, and then
Really?
you talking about FloJo wasn't a hit?
Okay. To us, that was a hit. To the
No,
hood, that was the hit.
no. Flo, everybody
I'm talking about
recognizes
lean back. After lean back, he started having
Lean
hits.
changed his figures. Like
Yeah.
now you can see Fat Joe, big up the Fat Joe. He out there screaming up the prices different. That's his new slogan and shit. He even had what's that white chick from Firestarter, Drew Barrymore. He was with her, and she was up there shouting out the prices changed, the numbers have changed.
Ah.
So
That's dope. That's
Fat Joe,
dope.
he doing it real big right now, man.
And big shout out to Ja Rule, man. Big shout out to Ja Rule. People don't give him his props after the whole 50 Cent
Yeah.
situation. But yo,
I'm gonna
Ja
just keep.
Rule,
Why would you give him props after 50 Cent? Now
listen, man. Listen. It's deeper than rap with 50 Cent and Ja Rule, man. We're gonna have an episode on that. I told you. Big shout out
yeah,
to my man IOP. We're gonna have a nice little South Side versus Hollis, which is really deep in our culture in Queens. That people
yeah.
don't understand. Like it goes beyond their fight in Atlanta. Like he's from Hollis and 50 Cent's from Southside. And it probably had nothing to do with their altercation, but the roots run deep on Southside and
Right. I
Hollis.
get
But
it.
I'm not gonna go into that because we're gonna have a great episode on that, though, for real, for real. But I think Ja Rule's gonna take it. I'm going with Ja Rule.
Crazy though. I
I'm
mean,
going with the home team.
we supposed to be like some kind of real hip hop heads, and you talking about you think Ja Rule?
Oh, come
That
on,
sounds
man.
crazy. Yeah.
Come on, man.
That sounds way far fetched. Like, come on.
Listen. To me, Ja had more hits off of one album.
That's like saying the Mets have more championships than
Well,
the
first
Yankees,
thing, let's not
nigga.
talk because you disrespecting today
No,
with the
I'm just
with
saying.
the
Since
brim
Fat
today.
Joe's one of the
You
bros,
disrespecting
look,
with
I got
the with
my
the
hat. It's Yankee logo, but Mets colors. You see
it's
what I'm doing?
yeah because it's called Yankee wannabe Mets.
No,
That's why
man.
you got the colors
It's
like
just
that.
telling you that the Yankees do it bigger than, Bronx do it bigger than Queens. We
Whatever,
can take it.
whatever, yo,
So
whatever.
that's what's happening with Ja Rule and Fat Joe. And Fat Joe's, it would have probably been better if 50 Cent went up against Fat Joe. I'll tell you the truth.
That's a
I
good
can
one.
see that.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one. That's what because here's my deal. Like Ja Rule to me, honestly, is in like the and again, we just got this information, so yo, you literally got us fresh off of just like our brainstorm. Because me and White, even before we get on here, we usually have a convo first, but
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
get
even have a
real deep
convo.
into it.
We went straight online. But my point is, Ja Rule to me is in the lane of like Ludacris and Nelly in him. Does that make sense? Like he's in that hyper rapper 2000s. You know what I mean? To where Joe is like
Ludacris,
what you said. Like Joe is what you said with 50. The
right,
thug hit. The thug makes a
right,
hit. You know what I
right.
mean? I'm
He
not
was a
saying that
thug
Ja
dude
Rule's
that
not a
you.
thug, but
Yeah, but yeah, Ja Rule was more so like a LL Cool J type, all
yeah,
for the
he's more
lady
in
is
that
first.
lane. Yeah, he's
You know what
more
I'm saying?
like,
Actually, Ja Rule and LL would be better, yo. To tell you the
nah.
truth,
He got LL got too many hits for Ja
LL would
Rule.
kill him still, though. But you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
LL got way. I don't know
It's
who can
not.
go against LL. Tell
I
you the
mean,
truth.
what can Ja Rule do? Tell you the truth, Ja Rule. I mean, first off, Fat Joe and Ja Rule got a couple songs that's kind of similar with J Lo and what's the name, Ashanti on it. Both of them, they got tracks that
Yeah,
sound similar
yeah,
and shit. You
yeah.
know what
They
I'm saying?
both got J Lo. They both got Ashanti. They worked with the same team, so it's gonna. This comes down to performance. Now that niggas know that you just can't go up there and have fun and play each other hits. Jadakiss changed it to like, no, it's a battle. Keep it as a battle.
Now,
You know what I
now
mean?
that being as you said that, that's kind of interesting because do you think Ja Rule could go up there and spit bars?
Ja Rule to me personally will
He
outperform
used to.
Fat Joe
How can you say that,
because
yo?
he's a
Because he's
performer.
yeah, he's the little rat, man. He be
You know
running
what I
around.
mean? Fat Joe's a walker back and forth across the stage, dude, and you feel his presence. But Ja Rule is a little performer. Like he's like LL Cool J. He's a little LL Cool J. He's a performer, and that takes it not
You
and don't.
froze up.
I froze up.
Yeah, you
I
start.
should
Yeah, you did. You good now.
Yeah,
You
but
good.
Fat Joe does come from the core of the MCs having to perform just like Jadakiss. He comes from that core, but now it comes down to who's going to perform better. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
I don't even think. I think so. I think you got to put on a show like it. We already seen what verse is about. You gotta entertain.
Now you got Jadakiss done
You
took it up to
know,
a whole nother level, bro. Like you,
it's not like the first verses when we was all in the pandemic, just loving it because we couldn't go nowhere. This
oh,
shit is a fucking movement now.
again. Jadakiss done took it to where it's not just playing best song against best song. It's how you present that song. It's how you gonna look at that crowd and get that crowd into your song, and that's what makes it so dope because now it's the crowd response now
I can just hear
more
Ja
so.
Rule playing that damn the what do I do with the horns and shit. I mean, what would I
Nah,
be without my baby? He gonna have like a
he
couple
gonna he gonna a
songs,
couple. He got holla holla. He's gonna
man.
man. Are you kidding me?
Man, he do got holla holla, holla
He
holla.
got oh man.
Can holla holla fuck with lean back? No,
Hmm. I don't know because that's a
nah,
thug song, holla holla.
nah. It can't. It is. Jay Z was on that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then no. Yeah,
That's
was
when
he on
everybody
holla
was
holla?
comparing Ja Rule to DMX at that time because he had that bandana
No,
on.
no. That was I think that Ja Rule was on Jay Z's track
Mm.
with DMX.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then think about it, man. Ja Rule got some real like he can go underbelly and play some real underbelly tracks,
I mean,
bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. A lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people
Joe
don't like.
lost this. I just thought about this.
Get the
Joe
fuck out
totally
of here,
lost.
yo. You bugging, yo. But you know, one of my favorite songs from Ja Rule, not just the New York song, the New York anthem shit was my shit, you know,
Right.
which Fat Joe was on
With
that.
Fat
So
Joe. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off, but it
that's
better be
gonna be
dope.
ill. They both got to do it. They both got to do their verse. You know what
That's
I'm
true
saying?
too.
That should be ill, yo. But when 50 Cent was dissing Fat Joe, I swear to you, Clap Back was one of my shits, nigga.
Clap back. Oh, once he played clap back, yeah, that's
Dun,
gonna be.
dun, dun, dun. That beat, nigga, that shit was crazy, nigga.
But
Let's
see,
take it to war, nigga.
but see, here's my deal. Now to my man Fat Joe, because I'm saying he's gonna lose, but big, you know how we feel about Fat Joe. Like he's inspirational to what we're doing right now with
I mean,
podcasts.
Fat
So
Joe is hip
Fat
hop
Joe
though,
he
man.
is, and he certified it even more after that. After Jadakiss, after the Locks and Dipset show, like he certified,
Yo, you
like
know why he
he's
can't win? I'm gonna keep it 100. You know why he can't win?
why
Ja Rule, I'm talking about because
What?
Once Fat Joe
What?
start playing, not just his big hits, he's gonna do the hits with him and Big Pun. He's gonna crush Ja Rule
Oh,
so
he got the
bad.
big pun hits. I can't
Yo,
front.
come on, the deep cover one with Big Pun and Fat. Ready for war, Joe? Come, yo, he's gonna murder Ja Rule, yo. I'm telling you right now, Ja Rule ain't got a chance yo,
Don't
against.
forget. He don't forget he can pull out that Murder Inc. track that he got with Jay-Z and DMX too.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
I mean, you got 20 tracks. I say Ja Rule gonna have about 8 of them joints. It's gonna be crazy, and Fat Joe probably have about 20 tracks. It's
No,
crazy.
no, it's totally reversed. You got that.
You're
What are you
bugging.
bugging, bro?
Yo, yeah. You ain't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're bugging, yo.
I'm talking real hip hop right now, man.
What
Fat
is Ja
Joe.
Rule? Ja Rule's fake hip hop? Like, what are you
No, I'm
talking?
telling you that Fat Joe is gonna kill Ja Rule, man. He's not like commercially in. Yo, he's gonna murder him, yo.
Think
Yo,
about this, bro. He only has like maybe 5 commercial
who
tracks.
you who?
Joe,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I
This
can name
nigga.
them. I can name them, yo.
You no, that's your perspective though.
No,
Like, cause
I
you
can
ain't
name
no.
them.
You know what it is, more.
I can
You
name
no,
them.
you can't. That's your perspective because you're not really
I'm
a
talking
fan.
Billboard. I'm talking about Billboard
Nah,
charting number
man.
one hits. He
Well,
only
then do it
have
for
like
Ja Rule.
5 of
Ja
them.
Rule got about 1 or 2 of them shits.
No, Ja Rule album had 4 hits that was charting on Billboard, bro.
He was killing that
You gotta
latest
do your
shit.
research, yo. You
No, he
gotta do
was
your
killing. No,
research, yo.
When it comes out, I'm gonna rewatch this shit, and I'm like, yo, I told you, man. Now I know I was wrong with the Dipset joint, but you got to look at Fat Joe and Ja Rule's catalog and how the longevity. Fat Joe is still relevant in the rap
Yeah,
culture to this day.
yeah, but Ja
Not
Rule
only
still
just I'm talking
made
about
more.
not performing his own shit. Fat Joe still dropping new shit. Ja Rule,
Yeah.
he might. I don't know if Ja Rule drops some new shit. Who's gonna listen to him?
All right, you know that train got kind of dry for my boy because he's been through some stuff after the
I
50
mean,
Cent
50 Cent
situation.
killed him, yo, because I wasn't even from Queens, but you know, if Ja Rule Camp was in town in Atlanta and we seen him, we was like, G Unit, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It was
that
good,
was
man.
not cool either, bro. That's not even it's not even slight, that's not even slightly cool at all, nigga. Y'all suckers for that. But anyway, because Ja Rule's cool too. I met Ja Rule. Funny, you wanna know a funny story of Ja Rule, right? My moms and his moms they worked at the same job. I used to play with Ja Rule at Creedmoor Hospital in Queens, bro. Like when we were
Crazy.
kids. Like we were little kids on the grounds.
I just I don't mean to change the subject. I just seen that shit was kind of corny to me too. The Nick I just seen Marlon. I didn't see the whole shit. It was Marlon Wayans. I seen the stand up comedy and shit. And
Oh,
Ja
okay.
Rule looks like he'd be one of them guys that had an Audi belly button and shit, like growing
Oh
up. You know what I'm saying?
shut up,
Don't he
stupid.
look like one of them niggas that be walking?
Shut up, yo. Shut up. That man's a Jehovah Witness, man. Cut
Oh,
that out, yo.
shit. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, but 50 Cent killed Ja Rule's career, man.
I
And
mean, he
and
did. He did. And that's another conversation we're gonna have too. We're gonna have that conversation too, like what really happened and then detail and stuff like that, like how everything went down. Yo, I'm getting buzzed. So yo, we about to
I'm
have
not,
this Jaren
we're gonna have a
interview in a little
big
bit. I'm
joint.
sitting here, I'm sitting here getting buzzed on the freaking Rum Haven.
Oh shit.
I
Yeah,
told you,
niggas.
I'm about to
It's
talk to
Friday.
Jaren.
Ain't nobody got to go to
It's
work
Thursday.
tomorrow.
It's Thursday. It's not even Friday.
Oh, it
It's
ain't
not
even
even
see.
Friday.
You can tell them, oh, because it's 9:45, and I feel like it's 12:45. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I don't see Joe winning this at all.
I mean, that's
It's
kind of ludicrous. We're gonna have to ask Jaron when we get him on the show.
yeah, yeah.
Honestly, like we're gonna do we're gonna be following this, but it's coming up pretty soon. I think it's like on the 12th or some shit like that. I can't.
Damn, yo, like verses need to do better promotion, yo. Like do a
I
little
think
bit of
that's kind of
build up.
ill. I think we just got to be more on top of it, yo. Because I'm strolling through Instagram and then I see Fat Joe's post talking about him and Ja Rule and mad people comment on it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, yo. But
And
I mean,
Madison Square Garden, where's it gonna be at?
it just says live from New York. You know what I'm saying? I doubt they do it
Oh,
in the garden. I don't want them to do it in the garden.
well,
But you know what would be ill if they bought J Lo out, nigga. The fuck out of here.
ooh,
And Ashanti.
ooh,
And Ashanti. They have to
for
bring
both their
them.
tracks.
What? Yes. Yes. I would
Ooh.
that they got to make it a you know what it is now. They had to kind of try to outdo. They're
Do
not
the,
gonna do it.
no, I know what you're saying. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
they're
They
gonna
got
have
to
to
outperform.
outperform.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna
They
have to
got to
make
out.
because, and I think that's what Swiss and Timberland's doing. They're like, well, who can put on a real show? And Fat
Yep.
Joe could tell a story in this show. So I think he's gonna put on a show, and I know Ja Rule's gonna come out with that energy with his horns and or whatever he got to do. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
these two, being that they're so cool, they might have to rehearse a couple of not the songs together, but just at least have a yo. What we doing with J Lo? What we doing with Ashanti? Let's, you know what I mean? Are we passing them through? How are we going to present? They should do some type of rehearse on
Yeah.
how they're going to present it. You know what I mean? Because they're really cool. Like they are
Yeah,
mad,
but
mad
I
cool.
don't know. They cool, but if you look
It
at
doesn't seem like
Jadakiss,
a battle to me.
no, you
Like
can't say that because when Jadakiss is really cool with Fabulous, but he wouldn't. Once they was going at it, Jadakiss was in it to take his head off. Now,
well, I think
now,
when they get to the stage, they got to do that. When they get to the stage, even though they rehearse it together, they got to take each other's head off. But
it's
they're
hip
not.
hop, but
But you
they're
know
from
what?
that
They're
era though,
not those. But
more.
yeah, but they're not those dudes either. Don't forget, they're both not battle rappers. You know
Well,
what I
right,
mean?
I mean, Fat Joe is from the Bronx, yo.
Yeah, but he's not a battle rapper. He's a
If you
thug
listen to
rapper.
Fat Joe's story, how he got on, and you know, shout out to Ralph McDaniels and Brian
Yeah,
McDaniels and all them because they've been fucking with him for a long time and
yeah.
shit
He
with
used to
video
sit.
music box and all
Ralph
that.
told me he used to sit. Ralph and Brian
But
told me he used to sit in front
he,
of their door every
but not
day.
only that, he said he was like one of the main. He was going to Apollo, Amateur. He was winning it for weeks straight in
Yeah,
New York City. B when
but
he was
yeah,
in nobody, he was just a chubby Puerto Rican dude that nobody knew who the fuck he was, and he was winning Apollo back in the day.
but he
So
was
Fat
winning
Joe
off
had to
of.
go through the trenches.
Yeah, but it was off of presence, but it wasn't off of battling. You see what I'm
I mean, I
saying?
can't. I mean, here's
Like
the thing:
when
Fat Joe never
Jadakiss,
was. Fat Joe never was no Jay Z. He would never know Big Pun. Big Pun took him to that
Big
next
Pun
level.
was a battler.
Yeah, he took Big Pun took him to that next level, and he kind of stepped his game up. You know, him
Totally.
being with Big Pun made his penmanship get better because he started rapping better. You know.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that at all. But again, he came from performing. Ja Rule used to have to battle dudes on the streets, like Gotti had them on the streets battling. But Fat Joe to me was like, how can I explain it, man? Fat Joe to me came out as like a Rakim. He came out as a like I'm trying to think of people with presence and that just came out and they became successful just off their presence alone. And he's one of those that
Well, no,
sold it.
I mean, but I mean, because I'm trying to tell you, me being from the Bronx, I used to always see. Now, Fat Joe was a dude that I could be walking down, he'll be just chilling. I see him in the
Yeah.
movie theaters. I always seen him in the Bronx growing up. You know what I'm saying? When he was on Video Music Box, of course, I used to see mad people that when there was because nobody was getting money when Video Music Box was out, but he was just a regular thug type dude that turned his like any like Biggie and all them turned his rap into like his hustling into rapping, you know, and he took it
But
because
that
I
is
don't.
as far as he goes though.
He didn't have a Jay at the time. He wasn't like no Jay Z presence. Like you can't. He was a Puerto Rican dude from the Bronx.
But here's the deal though. Did you hear Fat Joe in the Bronx battling? Like how you heard about KRS One? Like how you heard about other like you don't
Nah, he didn't have to come
that's just
on
what I'm
that way
saying.
though.
Or
So
you heard Pun kill people in the Bronx though. You know what I mean? You heard about Pun before he came out. That this dude was going around spitting like who's this?
not really, yo, because nobody even knew him. The way it happened, you know how Fat Joe and Big Pun met. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Big Pun was killing the streets. He just
He just is
fell
nice.
into a jewel. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Pun was a corner rapper that was killing niggas and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it wasn't like buzzing in the industry because niggas didn't even know who he was when he first came out. When they
No,
used to
they
see that
didn't.
nigga, they was
Not on my end,
remember
not in Queens.
all the rappers. I'm talking about Wu Tang. Everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this nigga
Yeah,
rapping?" And it was
yeah,
Big Pun. You know, like
yeah. But that's my thing with Joe. My thing with Joe is Joe's, y'all got KRS One out in the Bronx, and then y'all got Joe. Joe is presence. KRS One
well,
is
actually, that's so crazy
battling.
because I don't know if y'all can see this, but I have
Ah,
my
you ain't got to show all that,
Big
bro.
Pun. I got Big
All
Pun
right,
and
all
Fat. I
right.
can't even see Big Pun and Fat Joe's my Bronx shirt I got on.
You got French Montana on there
French
too.
Montana, KRS One, Cardi B, Fat Joe in the corner now. Look, the TS chain on.
Well, that's
You know what I'm
about it.
saying?
That's all the rappers in the Bronx. Thank you and good night.
Nah, and I got A Boogie up there too. Young boy, I got him up in there. A Boogie with the hoodie,
You
B.
know you have to make me like 3 shirts. You gotta make me like 3 shirts.
I mean, I
You know
like
the rappers coming out of Queens. You gotta make
yeah,
me like three
you right.
shirts.
You right. Queens got some hits, B. They got rappers, B.
Well, Queens is bigger than the Bronx. The borough is. Borough is
Well,
freaking huge.
that's the only thing. We created it, but then it's kind of a toss up between Queens got the most, but they did. But then you got Brooklyn, that's the lately Brooklyn, but then it was Harlem at one point. You know what I'm saying? And but
Brooklyn is
Queens is
holding it
all
down for New York, though. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
Shout out to Fabio Foreign and all of them, yo. Like
Yep.
they all the drill sound is really coming out of Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn is really, really holding New York on the music scene down, man. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke and all that other stuff. Like don't this. I mean, don't get it twisted. Cardi's still putting out hits. You know what I mean? And here and
Don't
there,
front
but
on, I don't know why niggas is front on French. French was that guy, yo.
French is that guy. But French is so. How can I explain about French? We have so many Frenches in the industry, bro.
Not really, because French was. I mean, name a couple. Name just two. Nigga. If you say
I'm
we got
trying to
so
think
many,
that because
that's on French level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the only thing with French is his albums can't catch up with his level. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like he doesn't his
oh man, he's bigger.
catalog.
I mean, he's bigger. His image is bigger than his
He's
music,
bigger than
yo.
his catalog. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean?
Which is kind of ill. So what? He made himself bigger than his music. So I
It's
mean,
almost like he's almost like Puffy, bro. You know what I
Puffy
mean?
got him on the right path. You know, like or
You know
had. I
what I
don't know if he's
mean?
still fucking with Puffy. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
yeah.
man. I don't know, but French is bigger than his catalog, and nobody checks for like yo, that when is that French album dropping? You know what I mean? Like everybody just love these features. They
I
love
mean,
the
but
one or two
there's
songs. They
very
put
few
out.
rappers that you really look for. I mean, I'm talking about as old school heads. How many dudes you really look for other than like, oh, that new shit is coming out? There's not too many people you really looking for.
No, you do, you do. You look for.
Who? No, you don't.
Well, he's not an old school
I'm
rapper.
talking
That's
about
number
you
one.
per se. Who was you looking for coming out? Like when, like, oh, like this album's coming out. Other
Well,
than the
no,
main
no, but
top
but, but but
heads,
you can't say that with French because his lane, his class, everyone looks for Nicki's album, Drake's album. He's in
you
that
right?
class. Rick Ross album, like he's in that
But he
class.
be putting out those hits every now and then. You hear French will pull out a hit that it's like it's still in heavy rotation. You know what I'm
And I want
saying?
French
Like
to win. Personally, I want him to win. You know what I mean? But he's bigger than his catalog. It's like nobody's like, yo, when is that French album? Like when Nicki put out a song and let it circulate, it's like, yo, when's the album coming out? This was
oh,
dope.
Nicki's
Or this was
different
whack.
though. You got
No,
Nicki's different.
that's his class.
It is, but Nicki and Drake is like, come on, man. They like
I believe
he,
French needs to be up there with them.
no. I mean,
No,
for him to even be in the same him throwing in the same breath as them is kind of cool because it is his class, but he can't swing with them. But he's in there somewhere if you
no,
look
he's
hard
definitely
enough.
in there. He's in there. That's why he's all over. He's over all of their tracks from Migos, everybody. Like he's over all of their tracks
Right.
because that's the class he was in, man. Like, but I just don't. I
All
just
right, real
don't
quick
see it.
though, another question.
What's up?
Flojo, when that came out, you wasn't feeling Fat Joe at the time. Keep it 100.
When
Now,
FloJo came out,
yes.
when FloJo came out, he was kind of like when MOP came out, which was like around the same time. It was just like, oh, that's hard. And then I
Yeah,
would
but
do.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Maybe I was a little biased because he was from the Bronx and shit, and I used to see the nigga walking. You know, but it was fucking that beat. And now if I hear Flojo, I'm going hard because it's an old school banger. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just to see his progression and shit, like,
Yeah, because I thought he was just gonna be a one hit wonder after that.
nah, you gotta
I
listen to
did.
his albums, yo. For one, he's kind of like how Nori started. Like when his features is crazy, yo. Like his album has some of the best featured tracks.
I can't lie. I thought he was going to be like a French Montana, how we was just talking like this dude's gonna float around because they respect him and he's from that. Because when he came out with FloJo, you got a FloJo. I was running around with Cheeks and Onyx in them around that time, and Cheeks and Onyx
I
in them
mean,
was freaking huge. They were hitting the Billboard charts where
that
he
was
was
one.
hitting the
Yeah,
rap chart.
Onyx was crazy, man. Them ball heads. Everybody, I remember at the time. I don't know what you was doing when Onyx came out,
What you mean
and
I was doing? I was with them doing shows.
no, but shout out to it was my brother and them. I was about to say them lame ass niggas from the Bronx. My brother and all them niggas shaved their heads. And yo, that was a facade because you said you was around them niggas though, but everybody
Yeah,
was crazy.
they used to come hype my little show. Me and Lamont, big shout out to my man L. They used to hype. We was called Hard on Society, and we used to perform at the Lyricist Lounge, and they had hit songs on the radio. And they would every time they was in town and we did a show, they would come in and get on stage, and the crowd would lose it because they were so big. But I think at that time, Joe got swallowed out by that whole genre. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because think
I mean,
about it.
that's when Jay Z was
That was
coming.
the bald head and fatigues.
Yeah, that was yeah. There was Daz Effects
Yeah, all
and
of that.
all of Fat Joe digging in the crate people, all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot going on. It actually bars back then. You had to have
Yes,
something. It was bars. You know what I'm saying?
and
So
we all felt that. No
and Fat Joe
disrespect,
didn't have the bars like them
exactly,
niggas. You know.
exactly. Because don't
He,
forget, don't
yeah.
forget. Not even well, not only Onyx, but around that time, Redman and Tretch changed the '90s game on lyrics. That was
Right.
it.
Right.
We all was looking for Redman. Even when Redman just came out of EPMD and all of them, they were like, "Who is this dude? He is spitting." And
I
then
mean, you're right. I mean, because we wasn't looking for Fat Joe like, oh, that new Redman shit came out, or even a Wu Tang or
Wu Tang came
Ghostface,
out.
Ghostface,
It was ridiculous.
Raekwon tape. When ain't nobody was really looking for Fat Joe like that.
Nah. I think
But
he got swallowed in all that stuff. No, pause. But I think he got taken
but him to think about it, he survived one of the hardest eras of hip hop, and
the
he's
hardest.
still shining to this day. So you can't. You gotta. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Ja Rule got killed by 50
All right,
Cent
all right, all right, all right.
and
Okay,
never bounced. No, I'm just saying,
first
never
thing,
bounced back. He
first
never
thing.
bounced back.
Let's take it easy on
He never
my
bounced back
man Ja,
though.
yo. On my man Ja, yo. Like, let's take it easy, bro. Keep
It
saying he
sounded
got
like he was. I
killed.
mean, when he was performing
He said
Clap
he
Back,
died.
he got a point, and he be like, "Let's take it to war," but he was, "Let's take it to war." Like he was whispering that shit. Like
That's fucked up,
he
yo.
was whispering that shit. You ain't want to go to war. You was losing, B.
That's fucked up, yo.
Mhm.
That's fucked up. But I do see see it's going to be a great show. I think it's going to be pretty dope. Um, they just got to perform. Honestly, we're talking about both of them, and we like both of them.
Yeah.
But again, Jadakiss. I don't mean to keep saying Jadakiss, but he changed the game of performing. Because again, we can talk about it real
But
quick.
all
But
right, real quick though, you won't contest to this, but I
okay,
still say when Jadakiss was shouting that top five that are alive, he boarded the front line, and I always believed he was one of them. I just think he just didn't have something. Like he's so low key that he didn't try to push to be number one indirect. You hear what I'm saying? Like he didn't
yeah,
want to. He's kind of in the background, but nice as hell.
right.
And nobody was like, "Who's the best?" Jay Z, Biggie, Jadakiss. You would never hear Jadakiss' name in those conversations, but
No, but he did the Jay Z thing. Jay Z did the exact same thing, bro.
no,
Jay Z
Jay
did the
Z
exact.
followed in Biggie's footsteps, and he
No. Jay
changed it.
Z did the exact same. You know this. You're in the business. We've been around it a long. He branded himself when he said, "Who's the best? Jay Z, Biggie, or Nas?" That
Yeah, but
branded.
that's what I'm trying to. He
That
damn
branded.
sure did,
So
but he
when so
was. But
when Jadakiss said top five dead or alive, it branded in our
no,
brains,
no,
bro.
I'm gonna keep it right. What it was so ill that Jay Z he did brand himself, but when he said that, I mean that's all we was talking about. Who's the best, Biggie, Jay Z, or Nas? That's the truth. It wasn't just his verse. Like that was the conversation because Nas was at the top of the peak, and then it was Biggie, and then Jay Z came. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But he just branded it after that.
I
Like
mean,
he
the
could have
word
literally not said that and fell off.
it was
You
so
know what
ill
I
that
mean?
no, it was so ill that he said that because it was true. That's what made it more
It could have been like
relevant.
it could have been who's the best, Biggie, Jay Z, or DMX. It could have been like
Nah,
that.
because they wasn't talking that. Nobody was saying that. I'm
If
talking about when we used to back coming up, and you wasn't never saying. Even though DMX was crazy high, but he wasn't like DMX
oh,
came afterwards
but
anyway.
no, he did. He really did. He came
No,
out
he was
before.
around him, and I heard
He was
about the
before. He
battle.
came out when Jay came out.
I don't remember DMX until he started dropping his albums with swishing them,
My
y'all.
point is this: What if DMX had been like, "Yo, I am the best. I'm top three." And what if he went around
He
saying that?
did though.
No, no,
DMX
no, no,
always said nobody.
no,
DMX said he won in that
no,
battle with Jay Z.
no. What I'm saying, what if he would have branded himself? What if DMX would
That
have
wasn't his
branded?
MO though. You know
It
what I'm
wasn't.
saying?
But if he would have did that, we'd have been like, "Yeah, he's right. He's the top three." And all of a sudden, it's like,
Nah,
"Yeah,
man.
man."
I mean, he's in the top 10. I would say.
Because
You know,
if I know this is another show, but you come at me and you know I am Jay Z analyst.
right?
Jay Z's my top
You know,
dog.
so ill before this was years ago, more when me and you used to always listen to the Jay Z and Biggie tracks, and I would be like a Biggie head, and you was actually going for Jay
I was
Z.
going for Jay Z when nobody was. Yeah, exactly. When people were just like,
Especially
nah.
what's that one track when he be like the Jay Z Biggie Smalls make you shit your drawers,
Oh yeah, finest, Brooklyn finest.
Brooklyn finest. We was breaking down that at one point, and you
He
was
was
on Jay
breaking it
Z
down.
side, and I was on Biggie side. Like Biggie was like, "Come on," but
You,
Jay Z, if
I
I
think
still
you
listen to it,
actually made me take Biggie after a while on Brooklyn finest and realize that the song on Biggie's album Jay Z did better.
which one was that?
Um, the one when he said, Tyson sees I'm at the fight.
Oh yeah. Yes,
He
yes,
did, and you were
yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
feel
Yes,
Jay
he
Z,
won that though.
because I listened
But
to you had me listen to Brooklyn Finest
you
like
know that
30
what's so crazy. Even to this
times after
day, it's so weird when I hear Brooklyn's finest. I'm sitting there just listening to both of them go at it, and I still got Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I'm still edging Biggie. Before me and you had that conversation, I was Jay Z. Because you know what got me with Jay Z when he was like, "Just breathe." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That line stuck with me. But then I went back, like you said, and I listened to every word. I was like, "Nah, Biggie got this shit, bro.
And then you
Damn,
know so
Biggie got
crazy.
this."
I don't mean to keep going off tangent. We about to go into our next show soon with
Yeah,
Jeremy Vince and everybody.
yeah.
But what when everybody always used to compare Biggie and Tupac together, and I listened to both of them, like, and Tupac cannot fuck with Biggie. I'm sorry, Biggie was
Oh, okay. You about to start a whole nother
no,
show,
I'm
bro.
serious. He was on another level now. If you sit back and just listen to the wordplay and the wordplay alone, what Biggie does, Biggie makes the beat better. It's not rappers to this day that can't do that, yo. A lot of rappers can't do what Biggie did. If you really sit down and analyze, I'm not just saying just for the hits and listen to the shit. Really listen to Biggie. He really got some other. He had some other shit. Now
Mm.
Tupac was that guy because of all his other shit around him that he was doing. He was a different type of dude, but Biggie was his fucking rap. That's how Biggie became Biggie. Tupac had movies. He was a Black Panther type nigga. He was
You about to get us some comments
no
on
no,
YouTube,
but
bro.
Tupac had bars. Tupac had hits, everything, and he had the thug shit. You know, shooting at cops and all types of shit.
Let me start off with saying Tupac is one of the most talented, prolific rappers ever. But
Right, but
but
I
as
don't
an
think,
MC, Tupac knew that Biggie was better as an MC.
of course.
He knew that. They both hung around each other for Pac being prolific and being outspoken, and he hung around Biggie for being one of the best MCs because Pac was a hip hop geek, just like us. He was a serious geek. That's why the first person he hung around was Tretch. As soon as he heard Tretch, he hung around Tretch because he knew Tretch was the best thing smoking. Then he put himself around Biggie because he knew that, and I think that's what broke Pac's heart is because he felt like, damn, I saw you first. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like I pretty much picked you out the litter,
yeah.
knowing that you was the best MC, man. That's why I said this is a whole nother show.
I love the movie. I love you know, whenever I watch these movies and I see, I know it was it probably was on the same path, but not all the way. But I don't know if it was a Biggie movie or the Pac movie, but It was a Biggie movie when Biggie was chilling with Pac and shit, and how they met, and Biggie was kind of following Pac around, and it's like, damn, I'm walking around with Pac. He was saying this shit, and I'm pretty sure that's how it was because Tupac, he even said, yo, this nigga just did a movie. He just did Juice, and Juice was crazy. That you were supposed to be in Juice.
All right,
You
let's
was
not talk about that. Let's not talk about that, man.
you were supposed to have Omar. You probably would have been in the new
See,
10.
now
Yo,
we about to cut this
I
short,
know we
yo.
about, but think about this. You would have probably been the Omar app. So I don't know if you could have sung with
I read with all of them. I read.
I
So
don't
I
think
didn't
you
read
could have.
with Pac, but I read with
You
all of
probably
them.
could have did a couple of his movie scenes, but you couldn't fuck with House because that nigga was on some other shit in House.
Shut up, stupid. See, now you got jokes, yo. Forget you, bro.
Yeah,
That
I
broke
can't
my
see
heart.
you.
I'm talking to Playboy Trey right now. He said he gonna just check in real quick with us, but we're
Okay.
gonna have another show with him.
All right. All
You know what I
right.
mean? But he said I told him I'll call him when Jaron gets on so we can talk briefly, and then we're gonna have a whole nother show with him on another day.
Right. We're
People,
gonna give him his whole panel. Fuck it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we'll
Like,
give him his own panel. People don't know, man. He's big out here in Atlanta. He's behind the whole BOB movement. Not only BOB movement, but he's behind the whole Lil Jon movement, all that, yo. Like people don't know about my man Playboy Trey, but he goes around the world with BOB, and he kind of helped the help behind the whole scene of BOB with B Rich and TJ DJ and all of them, bro. Like this
yeah.
dude. So we'll talk about that. Um, but yo, you want to wrap this up real quick?
Yeah, we
Yo,
can wrap it up, yo.
yeah,
Real quick.
but real quick though, we gotta have this Nori and Beanie conversation. We tried
Oh yeah, yeah.
and our take went bad, so we got to do it again when we get a chance. That
And then you
because
know what's so
honestly,
crazy?
that's still bigger than this
That's
one.
bigger than this. That's bigger than this. But let me tell you something. I have Beanie and Nori on my playlist, and Beanie Siegel got a lot of shit that I forgot about. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth.
see, see,
But I
see. There
still
you
think,
go.
yeah,
There you
I
go.
mean, because I'll be like, oh, yo, I swear to God, I'm riding around. That's what I do. Is ride around with Beanie and Nori, and Beanie got some shit, yo. So
I told you, bro.
I'm talking about the behind the scene freestyles and all these the shits that we was really feeling, yo, when he came out, you know. So it's like
We got
it's
to have
gonna
a
be good.
whole conversation on that because we were just about to, honestly, to all the borough brethrens out there, we was just about to have a whole show on it. The tape went bad on us, but we about to do it. We about to do it again. We got to have that conversation because it's got to be just as long as this Fat Joe and Ja Rule conversation. But yo, y'all leave in the comments, like
Sign
and
up. Who y'all
subscribe,
got? Who you got? Like and subscribe.
and tell us
Who
who
you
you
got?
got.
Fat Joe, Ja Rule. First off, like and subscribe because
Yes,
we just
please.
gonna we need once we start dropping it. Don't be acting like you on our sacks at
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
I'll
basically
see you in the street and be like, nigga, I don't know you, nigga.
I don't
You know what
understand.
I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you right now, we look small right now, but you know, we the network experts out here in Atlanta, and I'm giving us that title. We the network
Oh yeah,
king.
we've been doing this shit
So we've
forever,
been doing this
yo.
for a long
We
time.
know
So
everybody out here, so it ain't even nothing.
exactly. So yes, right now we just having a conversation as brothers right now, but honestly, this it's going to take off to another level. The stuff that we doing behind the scenes.
Yo, it's Bubble Breads. We got a fucking file. We got a trend. We got a name, yo. That shit's about to be crazy, y'all. Tell you
Exactly.
the truth.
Google us. We the first one that come up. You Google
Goddamn
Borough
right.
Bread, we the first one that pop up. So
Yo, but
please hit the like, hit the thumb button, yo. Like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I heard if you hit them likes, those help us out a lot. Subscribe. Go ahead, what?
all right, yo. But we signing out, yo. Ja Rule, Fat Joe, we gonna pick back up on this, but we about to come up with Jared Benton, Playboy Trey. We about to have some real authentic rappers out there. So we signing out of this biatch.
So do you still got Joe?
You yes. We gonna ask both of them, yo. It's hands down, Joe, man.
Whatever.
That's why I got my Bronx shit on today.
Whatever.
KRS One and then Fat
Whatever.
Joe
You know
and Big
what?
Pun.
Hold on, real quick. You right.
Big Pun, Fat Joe, KRS,
I got my
Cardi B.
Buffalo Bills stuff on, but
Oh
let me put this
shit,
Queen
nigga.
let me put that Queens up in the screen real quick.
Yeah, Queens
Represent.
ain't.
Represent. I'm not from Hollis, but you know, Ja
Yo,
Rule's my
you
dude.
know what shirt I had on? You know what's so crazy? It's so weird because you know what shirt I had on yesterday?
What's that?
My shirt with KRS One and MC Shan, and it said Bronx and Big. and it had Queens and Little, and it had Say Less on the
But
bottom of
you
it.
know what, man?
And MC Shan was like this, and KRS One had the mic like he was
Hey,
yo.
y'all better y'all better stick with us at Burrowbreads because we got a couple of MC Shans. Don't tell it now, white, but we got a couple of
Oh
MC
my
Shan
God, MC
stories.
Shan, yo, holla at your boy.
All
You
right,
might
so
not
stay
remember, but
at Burrowbreads. Stay
I
on
remember getting the
Burrowbreads.
story. Yo, next time I'll be in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
We got to tell a story. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you close out. Who you, boy? Who you?
Yo, all right, yo, we about to sign it out. We about to come on next. Just check us out again. All right,
All right, yo,
we
hold on. This is Big Maw, your network expert, King from Queens. I'm feeling this.
okay.
I'm feeling this rum haven right now. Yo, white, it's in my system. This Jaren interview is about to be kind of crazy.
I
Yo,
hope it's
yo,
good, yo.
I'm
And this
Big
your
Maw,
boy
King
White
from
from the
Queens.
Bronx,
Mm-hmm.
Boogie Down Bronx, Fat Joe. Fuck Ja Rule.
Ja
I'm
Rule,
saying it
Ja
right
Rule
here
all
now.
day. Queens, let's do it. Queens get the money.
Queens get the money, but 50 Cent killed Ja Rule. Back.
Anyway, I'm ending the broadcast on that. Forget you,
All
bro.
right,
All right, Joe, later.
all right.